Hi there, and welcome back to Magboy Creations for another LEGO set review. We are looking at set number 6941, Battrax. This is from the Blacktron series. It contains 276 pieces, released in 1987. It is a ground vehicle that comes with one Blacktron Astronaut minifigure, and I like this set. If you've seen my last review of the Blacktron Renegade, you'll know that it kind of sparked my want and my drive to develop this YouTube channel and bring you LEGO reviews. And of course, if you don't know, there are components within this set that come apart, and you can reattach them together to make alternate builds instead of just having everything connected to the main body. And before we take a look at those pieces, I just want to give you a 360 view so you can respect from the side how long this vehicle actually is. We have the elongated cockpit where you can fit more than one minifigure. We have these yellow tubes which stand out, and I don't know why, but I'm always drawn to them for some reason. I just really think that they're cool parts to have. Of course, in the Blacktron series, we have all printed bricks. There are no stickers. We have the yellow with black and black with yellow, and we have the offset of the red colors to kind of throw in there and mix things up a bit. We have these huge tires, which will allow the vehicle to go over rocky road or unpaved ground, through forests, or some type of greenscape. We have two side panels, one on each side, which contain some tools. And if we just spin this around to the back, we can see this huge antenna array with a couple wings sticking out and some rear weapons. So if somebody comes up behind us, we can take care of business. And then you can't see underneath this array, but there's these stacks right here, which we'll take a look at closer in just a moment. And we'll just continue to migrate around the body so we can see the full 360 view. Now if we zoom in a little bit, we can take a look at the cockpit. As I'd said, this is an elongated cockpit. We have the front windshield, which lifts up by itself, revealing a place where one minifigure can go. And the back piece even lifts up to have one big windshield. And here is our Blacktron minifigure sitting in the back. Hello there. And he has his control panel, the 1x2 printed brick. Let's take a closer look at that. There we are. And I like this cockpit. It's enormous in size, big enough to fit a few different astronauts, and you can always exchange these pieces not only within this set, but you can combine them with the other Blacktron sets in the series. And of course, this cockpit does detach. It has here this Technic brick with these 3 slots, and it's just held in place by this Technic pin. And by itself, it's okay. It doesn't really have any motion or things that move on the cockpit other than the windshield that goes up and down. You can use your imagination if you wanted to and have it fly around like a spaceship, but I don't know. To me, I need some kind of engine or something to get this to fly around. It's just kind of blah all by itself. You can see the older style building techniques where we have holes in the bottom. They're not completely covered. Of course, that's where the extra minifigure will sit. It's only a 1 or 2 stud wide base plate. You could put a 3 plate in there. You just design this a little bit different. It would fit, and then you could just line all the way up the side these inverted slope bricks, and then that would totally engulf the whole cockpit, and then you wouldn't have any exposed air. But these black astronauts, they have tanks on them. They're fine. We could just put the blast shield down, and they'll be fine to fly around in space just the way it is. Taking a closer look at the side, you can see right here there's a Technic pin which holds this vehicle together into actually 2 pieces, and it allows us to navigate back and forth so we can go over that rocky terrain and not have a problem with it. And then this is the side panel that just opens up to reveal our tools inside. We have on this side a wrench and either some sort of weapon or other type of tool if you wanted. And one of my biggest complaints about this set is this whole section right here that's underneath the tubes. It holds itself in place pretty good, but when you start playing around and you remove the pieces and you try to get your fingers in there to get these tools out, it's not real easy. It's 3 studs deep, and you know, just playing with it, this tends to come apart, the hoses come off, and that's probably the only gripe I have about this particular set. It's not the easiest to work with. Here's a look at the back of our Battrax, this big old sensor array antenna thing that is attached does come off as indicated by these arrows. In a Blacktron series, wherever you have arrows, that means you have movable components. Well, I won't say that. Not always are you going to have the arrows, but where you do, it certainly does. And we can slide this right out. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, we have these stacks right here, if you can see with the red tips. Those can just be folded down as you prepare to remove this antenna array. I'll give you a shot from the back. We'll just fold these down like this, and that will prep us and allow us to actually slide this whole thing right out. And that'll give you a better look at the back. And we can just fold these back up after we remove our antenna apparatus. And then by itself, this is a pretty cool little vehicle. Looking at our antenna array a little bit closer, we can see that these huge wings will fold up towards the front. If you wanted to attach this to the cockpit, which we are going to do now, we'll just slide that right together. And that seems to fit quite nicely and make a nice little flying device. Now this is much better than the cockpit by itself. I suppose you can fly this little antenna array around if you wanted to, but it just looks much cooler with it all put together like that. Even with the wings folded outward, it makes this little concoction of a Lego set look pretty mean. Whoosh! Now there's only one Technic pin on this set, so you're not able to put the cockpit in any other location but the front. However, I did attach this antenna array down lower, and it's not where it originally had attached because there were other Technic bricks in the back. Our Blacktron Black Astronaut with the blast shield up. It's just a swivel attached to the helmet, our old space type helmet. We see some printing on the torso, just white colors on a black suit, no printing on the legs, no printing on the arms. And here we have a view with the tanks on. This is a view with the tanks off. You can see that there's no back printing and no back face. Standard yellow colored flesh with our happy face that dates back to our early space sets. I hope you liked our review of set 6941 Blacktron Battrax from 1987. Please leave a thumbs up if you did. Feel free to comment on the video. Let me know if you had this series. Did you have this build? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What components did you put together in the Blacktron series to make your own vehicle/spacecraft? Subscribe to our channel so we could send you more reviews. I'm Mag. Thank you for watching.